Hello and welcome back to another episode of Space Engineers. And in the last episode, we did our first mineral survey of this new planetoid that we found. I've got some cobalt. It'd be probably the most useful thing here, as the rest of it's just basic ores. But we also have another merchant. We can buy some more ships here, and hopefully we can get a few more merchant spawns on this planet. Quite useful. But as we were leaving, we looked up, and there's the goddamn Fregna. It is the ship that we were tasked to find. It's there, 44 kilometers away in that direction or so. And as such, we're going to head on over to it. Now, I don't want to go directly towards it. Multiple reasons. First, I just want to get away from the planet, because I'm currently sitting in gravity and burning a little bit of fuel. So it would be actually kind of nice if I could get away from it and break orbit, then slow down, stop, and do some preparations. Because I am not ready to go into combat. Absolutely not. I've got a giant fuel tank on my roof. That's not a good thing. That would be the absolute last thing you would want if you were heading into combat, would be a giant fuel tank sticking on the top of your ship. So we'll do the act of sucking the fuel out of that one and putting it into the internal fuel tank and cut it off, make sure our turrets are set up, and then we'll be able to head on in and check out the Fregna. And there we go. International space. What the hell am I trying to say? Interstellar space. It's like international waters out here. I gotta get my jetpack on. But we need to do some preparation. This particular tank, off stockpile. The other tank, on stockpile. Let's drain it. Now, we're not going to get 100% of it out, because we just simply were above 50% at that time. We have 4% left in this tank. Whatever, 20,000 liters, it doesn't matter. We can take this bad boy off and deposit the materials in the connector. And hopefully it's got enough room for that. One could not be deposited. But I have enough in my inventory at least. Perfection. So at least now we're not so much of a target, and our Gatling turret actually has a clean line of fire. But speaking of turrets, we have to prepare our settings here. We want to turn our turret on. That is very important. We're going to have it max aiming radius. Rockets, no, I can probably dodge those, but ships, large character stations, sure. We're going to target enemies, and we're going to focus on their weapons. And then for our GATs, we do have 4 of them, which will be quite nice to use at medium range. Maybe do some strafing runs. We also do have a rocket launcher. And if we check our various bits of ammo, our 3 Gatling guns... Okay, this Gatling gun does not have any ammo in it. We have to fix that. We have 3 missiles. Plus I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these rocket launchers, you put missiles into them, and they, like, absorb the missile into it, so they have some already in their internal magazine, and then these are the spares. So, I think that's actually 7 missiles, because there's, like, 4 inside of it, and then 3 in the inventory as spares, if I'm not mistaken. So, I think we're okay there in terms of number of missiles we have. But we could do a few missile runs at it. Because, remember, we do have the tracking missile mod. We can fire missiles at a fairly long range and have them track in. But I'm going to do is I'm going to add at least a box here. See, I added 2 boxes there, and then one got immediately absorbed. So that makes me believe now there's a box inside the gun. Okay, yeah, I am correct with my thoughts here. So we at least have some ammo in all of our weaponry. We have the missile launcher, which we can do at a long range as our sort of opening salvo. And other than that, I think I'm going to go with, at least when I get to the fight, gyroscope off. So that way I can not have to worry about fighting my gyroscope. Sometimes when it's on, like I'm moving my mouse here. I'm actually moving my mouse. I'm really moving my mouse a bunch. And then as soon as I give it a little bit of thrust, you can see it's starting to wiggle. But it just sort of locks your ships in there until you give it a little bit of thrust, and sometimes throws off my aim. So if I have it off, I just have all the controls, but it is a little bit unstable when I'm thrusting. But we'll survive. We'll be able to do this. All right. Fregna, 28 kilometers. We're going to coast probably until about 5K, and then we're going to start worrying about what we're doing. Oh yeah, here we definitely need the gyroscope on. We'll get to a couple hundred meters a second here and coast on in to about 5 kilometers from the target. Oh, there's something. Actually, there's something right there. Whoa, there's something at 3 kilometers. It's a guppy. Slip and burn? There is a guppy 3 kilometers to my left. Oh, again. Freaking thing stopping me from being able to move. Right there. Alright. Turret. I should probably put this on my... Oh yeah, I can't... Where's my... Oh, I could control. Yeah, that was going to be like, I just want to view through it. Yeah, that is totally a guppy. If I remember correctly... Guppies don't have weapons on them. So why don't we go and check this thing out? So instead of having the Gatling turret on and off, let's make this Gatling turret control. So that way I can pop into here and take a look at it through the camera real easy. I see the solar panels. I see the hydrogen tanks. Yeah, I don't see any weaponry or anything. We'll get into about a kilometer and we'll take another look at it. Alright, under a kilometer away. I don't see anything harmful on this. Yeah, I think we might be okay to approach. Turn the gyro off so I have more control. And we're going to go push hard in and just do a Newtonian pass here. We'll turn off our inertial dampeners and just drift on by. But no indications of anything. Oh, and another something over there. Oh, there seems to be a lot of wrecks out here in the deep space. But hello, Mr. Guppy. You are all alone out here in the dark. Yeah, you can be mine. I just grind off this whole thing, actually. Who needs an AI control module? This thing certainly doesn't. And now, it is mine. I turn the timer blocks off, because timer blocks scare me. And we got a couple more hydrogen tanks fully fueled. Very nice! I can turn on the guppy's antenna. These timer blocks are probably just managing the antenna so it would turn on once in a while so you notice it. Very, very good. Also full battery. Wonderful. Mr. Neutral Guppy is ready for salvage. Excellent. Okay. I'm unsure if the cursor here can haul that back to base. This is a bit of a heavier thing here. And the cursor doesn't really have that much thrust comparatively. So I am tempted to just mark it up. We can just put it here. We can go salvage guppy. And leave this bad boy here. And in the future, come back for it. Doesn't need its antenna on because I've got the GPS for it. So yeah, next time I come back to this planet, I can, or at least when I come with the large dropship in the future, I can swing by, connect up, siphon off all the fuel, and break this thing down quite easily, and do the salvage. Nice. All right. If I'm not mistaken, the Fregna is still this direction. So let's get going. Oh, a little bit further down. It's close, though. There it is. There it is. It's just rendered in. That's the Fregna. Oh man, it's 5 kilometers away and it's that large. This is a big honking ship, that's for sure. Alright, we get a target lock. So let's stop up here. And let's take a look at what this ship is. Big zoom in here. So, I'm probably looking at the back of it. I can see it's got 2 engine nacelles on the sides. Some sort of carrier fighter bay, maybe a shuttle bay in the back. That's probably the cockpit up front. I can see just a tiniest bit of glass there. And some solar panels on the roof. Nothing else so far. I don't see any weapons, and I don't see anything really that functional on it. All the thrusters seem to be burning here, and the solar panels are sparking. So this thing looks pretty beat up. Same as while I approached the guppy, I'm going to do a Newtonian physics pass here. I'm just going to slide on by and see what happens. See if my turret opens up or if anything bites back at me. Coming within 300 meters. My turret has not activated for anything. So let's head on in and see what's going on here. Get my dampeners off. Sorry, get my dampeners back on. So I can fly properly again. Wait, there's something else sticking out of the top there. Wait, what the hell? That's an entirely different ship. I'm not My turret isn't activating on it. So it's not a target. Is it dead? Oh, there. It came up as a target right there. Okay. Let's lock it. Let's see what it comes up as. Looks like some kind of fighter. Well, whatever it is, seems to be dead. It's got... Oh, yeah. Its innards are beat to shit. It's got a bunch of reactors, though. Coated in heavy armor. And... seems to be mainly just space-based, because it's only... ion thrusters, but it looks like some sort of enemy vessel. I wonder what kind of salvage we can get out of this thing. I mean, I'm not going to be able to do much salvaging just now because I literally do not have the cargo space for this. I suppose maybe I could use some of my materials to put a cargo container on the top of the cursor here, but I think that might be a little excessive. But let's cut into one of these reactors here. Does it have any uranium left? Or has it just been beat to shit? Oh, one of the reactors has uranium. 9.3. Oh, is that the single one that's working? This reactor max output is currently putting some output. Yeah, AI offensive. Okay. So this is like some sort of drone ship. I'm guessing because it's too damaged, its AI flight and AI defensive are incomplete, that it wasn't able to activate and fight us. Which would make sense. And it's got some sort of attack trigger with a timer. Yeah. Okay. This is interesting. Can I show on HUD where this reactor is? Probably needs an antenna to be able to broadcast that show on HUD, which is unfortunate. But yeah, that's the only piece of power this ship currently has. But you can see here, we know where the reactor is because of that wonderful, when I select it, it shows up. Oh yeah, this reactor is here. The one with the power is right here behind this piece of metal. Hello, tasty, tasty reactor. Give me that uranium. I love it. I mean, other than that, I could get a few reactor components, but it's not like I need the resources to make those at the moment. But yeah, so whoever these people are and whatever that ship is, it looks like that's what took on the Fregna. But let's check out the Fregna now that I've depowered this and I feel a bit safer about this. We can pop our heads into the opening here, and I am a little concerned, and I don't have my gun on me. So let's just hop back and grab the firearm and get it equipped, get it loaded, and let's breach and clear. Some sort of shuttle bay. Yep, is what I suspected. I don't see any turrets or anything. Just a plain shuttle bay. Okay. Yeah. Right. Magnetic boots activated. Through the airlock. They've got a nice little airlock system here that allows you to see who's coming in. Maybe deny them entry. Lots of rooms here. Incomplete med bay. Oh. I'm walking on the med bay. Thanks, magnetic boots. I'll just use my jetpack. Lower floor. Clearing. There's a dead body there in the cockpit. We'll get to that in a second. Gotta clear the upper floors. It's just bedrooms, armories, bathrooms. Yeah, just living quarters up here. Damn, they got private bathrooms for these people because they got just 4 beds, but 2 bathrooms in space. These guys are living in the lap of luxury. What about if there's anything in these containers? I can't see yet. Access is still denied. Alright, let's check out the cockpit. Okay. Mag Boots freaks out sometimes, so we're going to use jetpack where it's smooth. No interior turrets. Nothing's going on. Dead body here, and we have to switch this inventory. We get a piece of story. We get some story. Okay. Let's read the mission log. Day 1. We have arrived in the Gorm system. We will begin surveying the outermost planets first. Day 3. While surveying the outer planets, we dispatched Lieutenant Davidson and Sergeant Emery in the Flay shuttle towards the 3rd planet, which long-range scans indicate might have an atmosphere. Day 8. Received a long-range message from Flay. They have detected an anomalous reading in deep space. Scans show the potential to be man-made objects, proceeding towards reading with caution, as no records exist of previous habitation in this system. Day 9. Received a corrupted data burst from Flay. Message transcribed below. Mayday! Multiple hostile contacts inbound, firing some sort of laser-based weapons. Flay hit. We're going down. Distress beacon coordinates received. Flay distress beacon at these coordinates. Preparing to break orbit and proceed to try to rescue any survivors. Day 10, they tracked the Flay's transmissions. Fregna is under attack. Oh! Okay, so these guys were the previous surveying crew. They came here. They did about a week of exploration. And then those ships that was broken down above this ship, they attacked. They took out their shuttle, which is obviously what should have been in the shuttle bay at the back of the ship. And they then, when these guys were going to try to save them, they attacked as well. Okay, we're going to create a GPS marker. And we're going to hit OK. And we're going to take a look around for that GPS. Did it come through properly? Or wait, it might be off. You have to go and check that for here. Yeah, Flay distress beacon. Got a show on HUD. And we're going to make this because it is a story thing. We're going to change its color. We are going to make you a nice orange. Because green? No. What would be a good color for story? I think a nice orange stresses that it's important. And now we can take a peek. And they are 5,000 kilometers away. Holy crap. That is on the other side of the entire system. But that gives us an objective to go for. Because we're going to head back to Endor, for sure. We need to restock and refuel. But the Fregna is here. And I still have to check out the rest of it and see how damaged this thing really is. Because it does have some weaponry. It does have some pretty good thrusters. So if we could get this thing back up and running and repaired, this could be a nice little interstellar ship for us. Can't land, but that's what the little shuttle is that they had. That's what it's for. But there we go. So, alright, let's go check out the rest of the ship then. Obviously there's not much to the ship. It's just a living quarters, the shuttle bay, and the cockpit. Which, I mean, yeah, simplicity is best. If I slip myself out here through this hole, let's go see. How damaged are you? Not bad, actually. 744 out of 960. It's only missing about 200 and change thruster components. That's actually not bad at all. These are missing all of their thruster components. Okay. Yeah, these are much more damaged. That one's pretty good. That one's got 70. What about you? Again, only missing about 200 and change. That's missing everything. And you're missing about half. Okay. So, conservatively, I've had, like, say, 2,500 thruster components here. I could conceivably rejig this a bunch such that I could run on small ions instead of the large ions, and I could get this ship moving and get it back at least near Endor or the other planet here that I'm calling Tatooine for now. And I could get it into orbit, or I could at least get it to the edge of the orbital gravity. Conceivably. But let's look at what I need to do to take over this ship. Because I'm thinking easy NPC takeovers is not going to kick in. Because this is a special thing built for this scenario. It's not an NPC spawn. So unfortunately, all this access denied might be a bit of a pain. Let's at least hack something and get into the system and just take a look and see that there is nothing here, but also there are several things that aren't listed. Like that turret wasn't listed. Oh, it's got a jump drive. Where's the jump drive? Bunch of gyros. But I think if I remember the order for, like, taking over NPC ships, is obviously I got to get remote controls and cockpits and control seats. But then I believe beds and turrets and things like that. And then the ship is mine. So if I work through those, I should be able to get access to majority of this stuff. So there's remote control somewhere. There's a turret. I saw where that was. There is obviously the control seats up at the front. So I got to get through these and hack them all and get access to the ship. All right, let's go grind down the seats. Because who wants to sit here and listen to me grind for hours on end? Hack. Good. Interesting, this one didn't go. I took it down below hack. Didn't I? That's well below hack now. Now it worked. Strange. No. Alright, now where is... If I was a gnome... because Natlanome built this. Where would I put a remote control? Turret's good. Got rid of that. If I was a gnome, where would I put my remote control? I feel like this wall is full of shit. Behind this thing? Totally behind this thing. Still so much access denied. I gotta go get the beds. How's this thing doing? We're going to sit here for like 34 days. We're fine. Can I put stuff into here? Is there any storage in here? There is a cargo container. Let me hack it. Bada boom. Oh, yeah, baby. 20 boxes of ammo. Yeah, there's stuff in here that, like, it's not show block inventory screen. That didn't show up earlier when I looked on the screen. Oh, it's probably only stuff that is mine or I have access to. So there's stuff in this grid that I still need to hack. Yeah, I don't think this one's coming easy because it's because it was made by another. It was made for the scenario and not an NPC spawn. So. I don't think it's going easy here for doing the hacking. Well, it looks like this thing's going to be a lot more work than I had initially hoped. Because hacking's going to take a while to get all the stuff turned over to me. And it's a little bit up. As such, I think we can leave this thing here. We will turn off. I'm going to hack this antenna, turn it off because we don't need it using power, and just put a waypoint down for this location. GPS. Salvage the Fregna. And we can also make this a nice orange, so we know it is a story element. Is what I probably need to do is come back out here with the large dropship and do a little bit of work. Do some repairs. Possibly reorganize some of these ion thrusters. Because I can see the design he was going for here. And it's not bad. And with enough gyros, this thing might even be able to... you know, honestly, with enough downwards thrust, how many would this be? It would be like 6, I want to say. 5 or 6 thrusters. Yeah, so like 10 small thrusters downwards. Conceivably, because this ship isn't that heavy. It's light armor. It doesn't really have a lot of cargo. And it's mainly empty space. Yeah, it's only 1.17 kilotons. For a large ship, that's not bad. But we could theoretically land this thing down on Tatooine, and then we could effect repairs down there as well. But I think that's all I can really do for the Fregna at the moment. We got the really important information, which was that they were attacked about a week into their survey by these guys. And these markings are similar to the mining outpost that we saw back on Endor that was protecting the gold mine. So these guys might have already been here and been extracting resources before our company even sent any prospectors. We'll have to figure this out. But I think the main takeaway from this ship, 20 glorious boxes of ammunition. I am so strapped for ammo. I am happy when it comes in any form at all. And I'm not sure what to do about this little guy here. If he despawns because of trash cleanup, that's fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. We have to head off to the Flay Distress Beacon, but not before we go home first. As we are only a small ship. We need to go and repair and refuel as our scouting mission is complete. I have to go get rid of it. But for now, we are done with the Fregna. We managed to find our objective, but the mystery has deepened even further. We have to go and figure out what happened at the Flay Distress Beacon. But for now, back to Endor. And I think that's going to be it for this episode. We're going to take the nice long trip back to Endor, and we got to restock of what we're going to do next. Obviously, we do need to figure out a source of magnesium, but that planet we need to go to, where is it? It is a long ways away. So while we're heading to that location, we could conceivably visit some of these other planets. So maybe what might be a good idea for the future here would be to set up a sort of planetary hopscotch kind of thing, where we can get the dropship ready to go, fill it up with some basic supplies, attach the Spectre and the cursor here. First off, go and visit the wreck of the Fregna. Go land on this planetoid and maybe get a little bit more materials. Then head off to the next planetary body, which I think is that one there is the next closest. Then the next planet, and then head on towards Flay Distress Beacon. Might just be a nice time to do a quick sort of traverse of the solar system and move on to the story. But that's going to be in the future. For now, we are zipping our way home. Thanks for watching. Good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.